super duper hungry. I just got home from work and I made myself a bunch of spaghetti, so that's what we're gonna read about. Spaghetti. Here we go. Oh, before I continue, new channel is out. You probably saw in the comments, buttons only ASMR. The links are in there, so if you want the buttons only the clicking button sounds for video games while I play them, then go to that channel. I'll still keep the video games where I whisper on this one, though. Okay, spaghetti. Here we go. Spaghetti is a long, thin, solid, cylindrical pasta. It is a staple food of traditional Italian cuisine. Like other pasta, spaghetti is made of milled wheat and water, and sometimes enriched with vitamins and minerals. Italian spaghetti is typically made from durum wheat semolina. Usually the pasta is white because refined flour is used, but whole wheat flour may be added. Spaghettoni is a thicker form of spaghetti, while capellini is a very thin spaghetti. And I feel like I should be doing this every time I say a pasta name. I gotta be doing the Italian hand gesture with the pinching, right? While capellini is a very thin spaghetti. Alright, it's recording good. Originally, spaghetti was notably long, but shorter lengths gained in popularity during the latter half of the 20th century, and now it is most commonly available in 25 to 30 centimeter or 10 to 12 inch lengths. A variety of pasta dishes are based on it, and it is frequently served with tomato sauce or meat or vegetables or all of the above. I added that. Or cream sauce, come on, right? Oh no, I'm sorry, that would be fettuccine and linguine. I'll stick to the program here. Etymology. Spaghetti is the plural form of the Italian word spaghetto, which is a diminutive of spago, meaning thin string or twine. That's pretty cool. The history. The first written record of pasta comes from the Talmud in the 5th century AD and refers to dried pasta that could be cooked through boiling, which was conveniently portable. Some historians think that Berbers introduced pasta to Europe during a conquest of Sicily. In the West, it may have first been worked into long, thin forms in Sicily around the 12th century as the Tabula Rogeriana of Muhammad al-Idrisi attested, reporting some traditions about the Sicilian kingdom. Leave in the comments if I murdered those names there. The popularity of spaghetti spread throughout Italy after the establishment of spaghetti factories in the 19th century, enabling the mass production of spaghetti for the Italian market. In the United States, around the end of the 19th century, spaghetti was offered in restaurants as spaghetti italiane, which likely consisted of noodles cooked past al dente and a mild tomato sauce flavored with easily found spices and vegetables such as cloves, bay leaves, and garlic. And it was not until decades later that it came to be commonly prepared with oregano or basil. Okay, that's very interesting. Also, I stumbled on that because I keep on thinking of how I pronounce tomato. See, right there I said it right, tomato, but every time I've read it, and you can even rewind the 2 times I said it prior in this, I said tomato. I don't know why I hit it really hard like that. Okay. Ingredients. Spaghetti is made from ground grain flour and water. Whole wheat and multigrain spaghetti are also available. And there's variants. I hope they get to the variants in this. Like, I'm eating red lentil pasta tonight with a red lentil flour, and sometimes I do chickpea every once in a while if I'm feeling saucy. Oh, that was a great use of that. I'll go with regular whole wheat or just regular, dude. If I'm splurging, if I'm actually going out to a nice restaurant, and they're really good with the pastas, all bets are off. I'm going straight fucking carbonara, right? Or the heavy cream sauces. Hit me with linguine and clams. Obviously an Alfredo. If they've got a really good chicken Alfredo, then that's going in me also, you know. Again, these are not spaghetti though. I'm just saying. Oh yeah, spaghetti wise though, meatballs, bolognese, whatever. You know, here's a little anecdote, and it's kind of weird, and I don't mean any disrespect to Italians, anyone, specifically Venetians, anyone in Venice, because I've had amazing food all throughout Italy. This was just an ironic experience I had when I was traveling there. I happened to be doing a Europe trip, and I hit Italy followed by Switzerland back to back, like literally left Venice to go to Switzerland. The spaghetti with meatballs I had in Venice sucked huge donkey balls. Then I go to Switzerland, and somehow their spaghetti bolognese was the best I ever had. It was in this little place called the Lauterbrunnen Valley, and I guess it's kind of touristy, but it just so happened a little restaurant there that had spaghetti, served the best spaghetti I've ever to this day. Probably it was amazing, but maybe I was just captivated by the serene, fantastic landscape, and I really mean fantastic in the sense of the word fantasy. You gotta just go ahead, do yourself a favor, and look up Lauterbrunnen Valley, Switzerland, to understand what I'm talking about, and you'll understand why you don't want to be here anymore. You just want to live there. Okay, let's get back to this. Ingredients. So we went over that. The production for fresh spaghetti. We'll start with a fresh spaghetti, and then I'm sure they'll go into the packaged. At its simplest, imitation spaghetti can be formed using no more than a rolling pin and a knife. A home pasta machine simplifies the rolling and makes the cutting more uniform. But of course, cutting sheets produces pasta with a rectangular rather than a cylindrical cross section, and the result is a variant of fettuccine. I get it. Some pasta machines have a spaghetti attachment with circular holes that extrude spaghetti, or shaped rollers that form cylindrical noodles. It's awesome. Spaghetti can be made by hand by manually rolling a ball of dough on a surface to make a long sausage shape. The ends of the sausage are pulled apart to make a long, thin sausage. The ends are brought together and the loop pulled to make two long sausages. The process is repeated until the pasta is sufficiently thin. The pasta knobs at each end are cut off, leaving many strands which may be hung up to dry. Fresh spaghetti would normally be cooked within hours of being formed. Commercial versions of fresh spaghetti are manufactured. Oh, and you know what? Just as an aside really quick, because I feel bad about trashing the Venetian spaghetti, two Italian stories. The best lasagna I ever had was actually in Rome. Okay, so there's one. And then two, the best experience I had, one of like top 5 experiences ever that happened to involve food, was actually going, oh, this is just like a story. This is like a starts here and ends here. We're going back to Venice, where I had the worst spaghetti I've ever eaten. Cutscene to the evening when I am having the best cappuccino I've ever had in I believe it's St. Marco's Square. And my dad and I sat there in front of this trio, this stringed trio, playing the craziest classical music for us, and it was at dusk, so you could see over the ocean. I can't even really, words don't do it justice, but yeah, I may have brought up the spaghetti, but my takeaway from Venice was one of the best experiences I ever had with my dad. St. Marco Square, cappuccino, in front of the quartet. I'm telling you, for a good time, you're gonna do that. Dried spaghetti. The bulk of dried spaghetti is produced in factories using auger extruders. While essentially simple, the process requires attention to detail to ensure that the mixing and kneading of the ingredients produces a homogeneous mix without air or bubbles. The forming dyes have to be water cooled to prevent spoiling of the pasta by overheating. Drying of the newly formed spaghetti has to be carefully controlled to prevent strands sticking together and to leave it with sufficient moisture so that it is not too brittle. Packaging for protection and display has developed from paper wrapping to plastic bags and boxes. And we've got some pictures here. Hydraulic press with an automated spreader by the Consolidated Macaroni Machine Corporation, Brooklyn, New York. This machine was the first to spread long cut alimentary paste products onto a drying stick. Of course, it's just this contraption. That's exactly what you would see out of like Tomorrowland at Disneyland. This would be the artist's depiction drawn in the 40s or 50s as to what our tech was going to look like in 2020. And, right, and they would be kind of correct also, except they didn't account for Elon Musk being able to create reusable rocket ships. Let's move on to the next. Preparation. Fresh or dry spaghetti is cooked in a large pot of salted boiling water and then drained in a colander, I should say. In Italy, spaghetti is generally cooked al dente, Italian for to the tooth. I didn't know that. Fully cooked but still firm to the bite. It may also be cooked to a softer consistency. Spaghettoni is a thicker spaghetti, which takes more time to cook. Spaghettini is a thinner form, which takes less time to cook. Capellini, I'm sorry, I'm not doing the hand. Capellini is a very thin form of spaghetti. It is also called angel hair spaghetti or angel hair pasta, which cooks very quickly. That's interesting. Yeah, I usually do angel hair tossed with tomatoes and basil. I guess it's capellini, same thing, didn't know it. Utensils used in spaghetti preparation include the spaghetti scoop and spaghetti tongs. That tong spaghetti being placed into a pot of boiling water for cooking. Pictures, draining. Okay, let's go. I gotta eat. Serving. Italian cuisine. An emblem of Italian cuisine, spaghetti is frequently served with tomato sauce. I did it again. Tomato sauce, which may contain various herbs, especially oregano and basil, olive oil, meat, or vegetables. Other spaghetti preparations include amatriciana or carbonara, grated hard cheeses such as pecorino romano, parmesan, and grande padano. I'm sorry, it's grana padano, are often sprinkled on top. International cuisine. In some countries, spaghetti is sold in cans, tins with sauce. In the United States, it is sometimes served with chili con carne, unlike in Italy. In other countries, spaghetti is often served with bolognese sauce, and that's what I had in Switzerland. It's a meat sauce. Come on, meat sauce. In the Philippines, a popular variant is the Filipino spaghetti, which is distinctively sweet with tomato sauce, sweetened with banana ketchup or sugar. I'm game. That sounds cool. It typically uses a large amount of... What is that? Giniling ground meat. Let's do it. Giniling. Sliced hot dogs and cheese. Dude, I like all those things, and my friends can attest, I'm a an animal when it comes to mixing things in a giant bowl or plate and just eating it. I don't care. Like, if all the things, like, pretty much like what it's saying, this is like, hey, do you like spaghetti? And I'll be like, yeah. They go, you like meat? I go, yeah. You like hot dogs? Yeah. You like cheese? Yeah. And so I put all of those into a bowl and I eat it. I'm on board with this. I like this. Watch, that's not what the recipe is at all. I'm just a monster. The dish dates back to the period between the 1940s to the 1960s. During the Americana Commonwealth period, a shortage of tomato supplies in the Second World War forced the development of the banana ketchup. Spaghetti was introduced by the Americas and was tweaked to suit the local Filipino predilection for sweet dishes. Spaghetti fat kimao. I think that's good. Spaghetti fried drunken noodle style is a popular dish in Thai cuisine. Spaghetti is a main part of Yaksa Johor, a specialty from Johor, Malaysia. Interesting. Yeah, there is a great Thai place that I go to. I don't want to say where it is, but they have a really awesome spicy Thai spaghetti, and I ate it there, and it's weird to eat spaghetti in a non-Italian sauce, whether it be cream or tomato based, but like they're saying, different places in the world will serve it with all sorts of different sauces, and in this case they serve it's a spicy red curry or emerald green curry sauce, and it's spicy spaghetti. It's awesome. Oh dude, they're gonna go through spaghetti dishes. Okay, here we go. Spaghetti I need the hand for this. Spaghetti agliolio. spaghetti agliolio, spaghetti with garlic and oil in Italian, a traditional Italian pasta dish coming from Naples. Spaghetti alla puttanesca, literally spaghetti whore style, and we found our thumbnail title, didn't we? Spaghetti alla puttanesca literally means spaghetti whore style. In Italian, a tangy, somewhat salty Italian pasta dish invented in the mid-20th century. The ingredients are typical of southern Italian cuisine: tomatoes, olive oil, olives, capers, and garlic. Delicious. Spaghetti alla Nerano. Spaghetti alla Nerano, from the village of Nerano near Naples. Do they say Naples? Naples. With fried zucchini and a local variant of provolone. Provolone. Spaghetti alle vongole. Vongole, I think, actually. Italian for spaghetti with clams. It is very popular throughout Italy, especially its central regions, including Rome and further south in Campania, where it is part of traditional Neapolitan cuisine. I choked to death because all I could think of when I heard Campania is Christopher Walken in the, I forgot the title of it. There's a one-word title, Saturday Night Live skit. We get champagne. Look it up. Spaghetti and meatballs. That's it. I mean, it's the winner. It's the tried and true, along with bolognese. An Italian-American dish that usually consists of spaghetti, tomato sauce, and meatballs. Spaghetti bolognese. Spaghetti with minced beef and tomato sauce. There, I said tomato normally. Consumption. By 1955, annual consumption of spaghetti in Italy doubled from 14 kilogram or 30.9 pounds per person before World War II to 28 kilograms, 61.7 pounds. By that year, Italy produced 1,432,990 tons of spaghetti, of which 74,000 were exported, and had a production capacity of 3 million tons. Nutrition. Pasta provides carbohydrates along with some protein, iron, dietary fiber, potassium, and B vitamins. Pasta prepared with whole wheat grain provides more dietary fiber than that prepared with degermed flour. And I'm telling you guys, it doesn't sound like they're going to talk about the chickpea or the red lentil substitutes, but look into them. Amazing numbers if you guys care about actual nutrition. Both of those flours completely destroy the wheat, and they taste good. They taste awesome, man. Like way more fiber, way more protein. You're wasting your time with wheat pasta if you care. Just letting you know. Records. The world record for the largest bowl of spaghetti was set in March 2009 and reset in March 2010 when a Buca di Beppo, I'll just say Buca di Beppo, that's what everyone knows it as, Buca di Beppo restaurant in Garden Grove, California, filled a swimming pool with more than 13,780 pounds, 6,251 kilograms of pasta. Yeah, and you know what? Here, all of you people that go to Buca di Beppo are going to know exactly what I'm talking about. I'll bet you if it was Buca di Beppo and they're doing a record like that, and they're actually making a legit pasta dish, they're going to fill that swimming pool up with 99% pasta and then give you like 1% sauce. Yeah. I'm looking at you, Buca. In popular culture, the term spaghetti western was used by, and allegedly, I don't know if I'm gonna piss him off, maybe I will cut it out, but look, dude, I remember I was entertaining like 12 people once, and I bought like 3 giant trays of Buca di Beppo, like spaghetti and meatballs and a bunch of other things, and everyone was like, oh my god, where's the sauce? Everyone, not a single person. It was like comical. We were like, was this spaghetti with meatballs? And we were like, yeah, there's a couple of meatballs, barely any sauce, and just loads of pasta that we could have cooked ourselves. They shot themselves in the foot trying to save money on the sauce. It revealed what kind of profit margin they were working with at all of this entire tray of spaghetti that we could have just made on our own. It was crazy. I digress. I'm sorry. Otherwise, they're good. I have good experiences with Buca. Their chicken piccata is really good. Their lemon chicken, very, very good. And other dishes as well. And I like the atmosphere too. In popular, I'm just saying, more sauce. Hook up the sauce, Buka. Stop being stingy. It's delicious. Spread the love. In popular culture, the term spaghetti western was used by American critics and those in other countries because most of the western movies made in Europe were produced and directed by Italians. Wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember that from, what's it called? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Oh, man. I see references. I didn't do the trivia question. The BBC television program Panorama featured a hoax program about the spaghetti harvest in Switzerland on April Fool's Day 1957. Switzerland, that's interesting. So maybe they're just really good with the pasta. I just said 2 G's. I don't know if you heard that. I said good in Switzerland with the pasta. Okay, what is the trivia question gonna be? I gotta go through. I'm just gonna scan through here and look at words and see. There's a movie and it used Puttanesca in it. I forgot what the hell a Puttanesca, where'd it come from? I can't make a trivia question of it, but there is something. If you guys can actually put what movie referenced Puttanesca, that would be cool just to know. I don't know what it is. But yeah, spaghetti and meatballs, no. Bolognese, no. Drunken noodle. It's like we're grilling hot dogs. Okay, cool, yeah. This could be, the hot dogs. I'll go with a hot dog based trivia question. And you know what? I'll post it. You'll have to give me like a 1-word sentence. A 1-word descriptor. Just tell me. Who is Abe Froman? Who is Abe Froman? Okay? I think he hails from Chicago. I could be wrong, but I want to know who Abe Froman is. Leave that in the comments, and I'll pin it to the top. I'm good. I'm going to go eat my food. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. This is recording good. Okay, that's good. Everything, we're good. We're good to go. I'm going to go eat. Talk to you in the comments. And I'll probably work on that other channel too. I'm bouncing back and forth between my YouTube profiles, between the buttons only that I just put out, buttons only ASMR, and David Whispers. So if my communication seems kind of lapsed compared to other days, it's because if I'm not on one, I'm on the other one. Hit me on both and I'll talk with you. Okay, have a good night, guys. Bye bye.